Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Space Engineers No Jetpack Survival. I am Prime, and we've got a lot of pistons to take care of this one. Last time we discovered that the new Fieldwork update disables the whole share inertia tensor thing unless you enable that specifically in the game settings. So on this particular game, in the save settings, the same place you would actually add mods and turn on things like lightning damage and wolves and things, I've turned on the share inertia tensor option. So now I believe I need to probably go through all of the pistons in the base and turn it all back on. So let's have a look and see if we're in a situation where the pistons that should have them. There's the share inertia tensor option. Elevators should definitely have it on. Yeah, if you don't add this option when you start the game that you were in, all of your pistons in your world will lose their share inertia tensor option. And when you turn it back on and go back in, they'll stay gone. So every single piston I've built in this entire world now that's supposed to have a share inertia tensor on no longer has it. So this is something I'm going to have to be aware of every time I go back into a new base that well, into one of my old bases. Luckily, this is the one with the most pistons in, so I can get it all out of the way now. So all of these, I can do share inertia tensor. I just heard a bit of movement somewhere. Something just jostled a little bit, but I think that's this taking effect. Now I've got a piston here that's like damaged. It shows as incomplete. It's at current position 10 meters, which is fine. It's one of my drill pistons, but the problem is it won't be passing any stone anymore now that it's a bit... Actually, no, let's try it from the bottom. Let's try it from level 1. The elevator's less snatchy now, slightly. I'm not bouncing up and down on it. It's showing us your tensor. It's got to be on anything that's got like multiple pistons or some sort of stable weight attached to it. Like my elevator. And like this that has a really big ship attached to it, this piston here. Yeah, my ship's attached to a piston. I know it's like the piston's supposed to be for these, and this has got my ship attached to it, which means that these can never get any closer to that. I'm fully aware of that. However, when we detach all of this and get rid of all of that stuff, this will work as a printer. So, okay, it's that one up there. You can see the smoke on it. If I use my gun and aim just so you can get closer view, that piston is most definitely damaged. It's a shame I can't like shoot, like repair at it. Right, how do we fix that? Well, even if I got onto there and used it as an elevator to ride it up, we're going to be miles away from that one anyway. I'm not going to be able to sort of just climb up there over the top and get to it that way. Or maybe I could. I mean, I could outfit this ship to do some repairing, or I could even just print my my building ship. It would mean disconnecting this, landing it somewhere, getting rid of all of this, turning this back into a printer, attaching some sort of a blueprint thing again. Maybe that's one for another time. So we'll just go up the top and see if it's possible for us to get to that piston over the top of it. Okay, so we're approaching the roof where we can then access that piston, and I remember there's one thing here that I do want to change, because it's that is absolutely doing my head in. We need a better thing. I know why I put it there. I wanted to have an extra block to attach this whole run to, just so it's a little less iffy, just to say the least. But it can be a flat block like that. It'll do the same job. Right. Yeah, that's good enough for me. Okay, so now after we've done this, we're going to have to go back to our big ship build over there and sort of carry that on. So quite a bit to do. Right, now this is going to be extremely dangerous. Of course, this is a very long way down. Potentially this is certain death. But I need to be able to put something here so that I can sort of build out a little bit. Which I kind of want it to be on the other side, this. Yeah, like there. I only need to get down that far, so kind of just need something so I can get out this far a little bit. Possibly could put like a little block on here and use that to get to the piston. Can I ramp this? I'll have to take this down again somehow. Right, I believe that should be enough to transition over, and as long as this thing doesn't start trying to turn, then we should be okay. Right, so let's get the materials we need. One more motor. Come on, there we are. Yeah, this must have been hit by lightning at some point. A bit of splash damage. I should probably put a little decoy on top of here, because we might just be outside of range of the decoys that are on top of the roof there. You only get a 50-meter range of protection. Right, so that's that done. That all seems fine. Maybe they got shot. It seems oddly specific, this level of damage that we've got. Right, now the question. How do we take all this down? That could probably stay. That's the part that's in the way, even if it is like rotating. The rest is kind of fine. And to keep that there means we've probably got another means to get back to it. We can even keep this here. Actually make this kind of permanent. Gotta really keep an eye on these research bases, because they can get a bit scared at times. And scared literally means dangerous. Can I crouch and reach that? No, I can't. I think we just leave that as it is. If it comes off, it comes off. Okay, right. So we've fixed that now. Next thing is to go and start working on my ship design. That's a nice, easy little starting task. So inertia tensors fixed. Broken piston fixed. Materials, where we at? Iron, 1.2 mil. Let's have a look at our piston lengths. I want that drill to be able to carry on when it needs to. So, LD piston. There we are. 1 is at 10 meters, 2 is at 10 meters, 3 is at 6.5, 4 is at 6. So they still got a little ways to go yet. So it's only because our cargo is still somewhat full. It's not like mega full. Unfortunately, with the event controller that controls this, as I explained last time, so it's this one that controls when it starts up again, when the cargo is less than or equal to 48.7%, but there's no way to say total cargo. You'd need a script to do that. We're saying when all of these, or well, yeah, when all of these, no, we're saying when any of them crosses that threshold right now. So I think potentially, I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Let's just get this thing running again. So LD, little drills, turn you back on. Timer should be on. Yeah. That timer should be on. Yes. Right, so now the whole thing should be going. It should be filling up the cargo again. Did I see something? No, I hope I didn't. I'm going to need energy soon, so we're going to have to take on another suggestion we've had from the group, and that is to put some sort of a refuel station in place. This is still not turning. Oh, it is. But I don't believe the rotor's turning. It shouldn't. Okay, timers aren't on. Something's up with the timer, I think, or the rotor's just not going. Let's go. And I've realised why this is full of stuff and it won't come out. It's because, well, the thing behind it's full of stuff. It's because it's a sorter. It can only go one way, and it won't pass through the stuff that it's full of. Which is just a bit strange how it got that full in the first place. We must have put it in the wrong way. Right, so timer. Little drill automation timer block is off. Timer block 2 is off. Let's turn them on. Still not rotating yet though. Okay, rotor should be on. Let's hope this hasn't drilled itself into the ground so far that it can't actually rotate. So we got a little bit distracted here, but like for some reason half of the drill thing didn't turn itself back on. Yeah, it seems to be having no trouble going round. So we can go all the way around. I think I need to just make sure that all the parts that's supposed to be in the whole timer thing are in LD drills. That's the thing that... Well, actually, no, it's called little drill. Ah, that's why I didn't turn on little drill properly. Let's make sure it's on. Right. All the parts for little drill should be on. I turned on LD drills, and that's not enough. We should really put a button here somewhere for that. So I'm going to do that. We've got a button panel thing on our bar here now. 5. We only need a single button. And we just need that to toggle groups, little drill, on off, and on the screen text and images. Oh, actually no, let's make this little drill button LCD because I want custom data to work. Echo, no, center actually. Center, is it E-R-R-E? It depends if you're American or English. I don't know which way this one is. Little drill, echo to leave a space, cargo, G colon. There we go. Now we can see the cargo level and what it's for. And the button will turn this on and off without us having to run around like a headless chicken trying to figure this out. I am just going to watch this for a second because I want to make sure. I think the 2 timers in there were just for the drill lengths. And this is using a sensor to sense when it's too close to the wall and needs to turn around. The sensor is there on the end of that drill there. You can see it in the crosshair. So I'm hoping this should just suddenly flip and turn around again. Yep. There we go. There's a teeny bit of flex as it touches the wall, but I think it's fine. Right. Good. So cargo will be getting full, but it won't get all the way full. I need to do this one's pistons. Piston. All of them. Inertia tensor. Okay. I think that's all the pistons apart from the ones on... Well, actually no, it will be all the pistons because we've done... This is all still attached to the base, so we'll have done these ones in the process. So our share inertia tensor should be on these. It should be less trembly. Unfortunately, like in the intro, you could see how trembly this was. Look how stable it is now. It's not super duper stable, but it's much better than it was before. Right. What do we need here? Oh yeah, we need a refuel station somewhere around the garage area, as was suggested in the comments. Again, you know, leave a comment if you have suggestions, because we do appreciate them. I'm going to put it in the wall here, I think. I'll just take... Well, this one's not supporting anything. So I'm just going to put it in there, because it doesn't need hydrogen or anything. It's literally just for... Well, actually, no, maybe it does need hydrogen. But I'm not using hydrogen. Oxygen, no. It needs oxygen. Of course it does. So we've got to put it in one of these blocks here. Or maybe the one at the end. I'm not sure. Let's... Or possibly one of these. Let's have a look at it. Let's see what it actually is. And this is getting slightly unkempt again, but do you know what? It's fine. Refuel. Right. Refuel station, small hatch for suit. Inset refill station. That's got both of them on. Let's have a quick peek at this thing. Yeah, it's got a cargo thing on the end of it.
Meteor storm inbound.
Oh dear, okay. Where are you coming from? There's no sun, so I can't see. He always comes sunward, but since I have no idea... Oh, there we are. Please don't hit my ship. Please don't hit my ship or anything. Oh, there's more over there. I was thinking that that's a bit of a short one, but... Okay. I mean, it's fine. It's okay. Maybe I could put it in this bit here. This is all connected at multiple points, so... I mean, that's connected to the ceiling there, so I can actually cut into this. It'll be fine. So if I take this out... and then put my refuel station in here... Or I could have put it... Inset one. Yep, it's got bits all the way around. You can go there. We have to come over here for materials because we just cut the line, so... And it's... the weather again. Dust storm, I hope. It's just a dust storm. Could be a dust storm inferno, which will take down my energy a bit quicker, but... Right, that's everything except for health, this, so... It should be okay. Right. Off we go now. Let's get some of this. What? What? We've got some extremely weird weather phenomenon going on. Some of these dust storms just seem to vanish out of the blue. There must be a bug. Keen, whatever you did, you've broken the weather. Right, let's... Okay, so what are we going to do to the ship this time? We've got about 45 minutes or so to work on this now. I might try and get an hour in. So we've got this sort of piston tentatively attached to the end of that sort of rig there. It doesn't look too pretty, so maybe completing that a little bit, making sure this is much easier to get in and out of from the top level. And I think I also probably need to just give the bottom of that just a teeny bit more breathing room so it's not so close to the ground. So we're going to go up until we're in. It's a little bit shaky. Just a little bit shaky. It was suggested that we can actually just lower the piston's power to like bare minimum, so that it won't actually end up sort of squashing into the ground. I'm not going to do that this time, although technically it will work, at least most of the time while Clang's not getting involved. But one, I don't want to take the risk, and two, I also want to just make sure that we use all the best practices to build this and do it all so that it works as intended, rather than kind of using any sort of jammy physics stuff to make it happen, you know. Plus, I just don't want the risk of in 0G, if we're like using the elevator to get down to an asteroid surface or something, even a weak piston could potentially push the ship. So, yeah. Right, so we've got... Let's see, is there any chance we can get stuck or fall down there? Absolutely none. Having said that, there is just enough room there for us to put some plate in, maybe to fill in some of that space. So we might do that. I'm just going to check this piston, make sure that the inertia tensor did go on. Yeah, it's on. Okay, there's not much more I can do about that. I wonder if some of the jiggling is just caused by the fact that this is connected to the ground while we're also like physically connected to the ground. It's causing a few phantom forces. It's possible, maybe. Right, let's tweak this sensor. So the bottom extent is out 0.03. We'll go 0.04. And then we'll go down to the ground again and have a look and see how that is. And we're going to try doing it while we're in instead of jumping out at the last second. I want to just see how it feels as a passenger. Oof. A bit of clanging going on. Not mega happy. Could be this that's causing some of the bopping around this. So we'll turn that on. It is locked. Yeah. Okay, that's a healthy amount of space, and I can easily walk in and out consistently. Really no trouble there. So we're going to come back up. We probably will increase the speed of this eventually. Once I'm sure it's like 100% fine. Okay. Good. Now, what we also need is a button system on the outside of the elevator in order to call it when we need to, but we can come to that shortly. Let's go back to our white. And we're going to put in some blocks where we can. Now, some of these didn't need to be so thin. I mean, we come just a little past that. There's no way I can really bring it in anymore. So, this block I'm going to replace with a full one. This block I'm going to do the same. And put one in the middle there. We need materials. Let's actually... oh no, I can't do it from here. Let's actually increase this piston's speed a little bit. Bit of shaking going on around here somewhere. There's a little bit of clanging. Not sure what it is. Big ship elevator piston. Oh, actually no, I have to change it in here. This is where the speeds are set. So set velocity is minus 0.5, positive 0.5. So minus set velocity. Is that right? Okay. Negative 0.8. Let's go slightly faster. And that one, set velocity 0.8. I want to know what's banging. Could be the drills. Has that moved? I don't think it has. I'm seeing smoke over there, but that could be the decoy up on top of the roof. I don't know. I'm just hearing weird phantom bangs and clangs. It's a bit worrying when you're dealing with pistons and elevators and things. You don't really want to be hearing those sounds. Okay, it's still just a bit jittery. I'm not entirely certain why it's jittery. Our inertia tensor is on. Impulse axis. Maybe we just drop the power down a little bit so it's a bit less forceful. Inertia tensor is currently like an experimental feature. Right, okay. Let's get some materials. We might be a little bit distracted through this because we're currently at that point now where we've got like a nearly finished thing, a finished thing. I heard another clang. What's going on over here? Yeah, we've got a couple of like potentially finished things. That's not moving. Oh, I don't know. It could be the drill. It just sort of bangs when it turns around, so it could just be that. Right. As I was saying, yeah, we've got like a partially finished thing here, but we kind of are also eager to move on, but we've also got things around the base that sort of, you know, aren't perfect right now, and we need to make sure that they are. Right. That's that. I can't really put anything else in there apart from maybe a couple of half blocks, so maybe that's what I do there. Let's try. Let's see if I can get. Well, I can't put a full block in there. I could put a half block in there, but it just wouldn't work. It wouldn't look right. Plate, half plate across the top. Maybe if I can put them like across here, and then obviously we might need some full panels on here. Oh, do you know what I should put there? I'm not telling you what it is. Don't worry, I'm gonna find it. Aha. It's either on there. Nope. It's there. I'll have some lights. So this is like the entrance to the ship, so I want some lights on the outside of it. We can figure something out for that side as well, actually, while we're here. Got to use up some materials, so... here... we're probably just a bit too far over the line to be able to put anything solid in there. Don't think it's... See, that there is going to be like incredibly close to... Yeah, there's too much, there's overlap there, so we can't do that. So, no, I think panels are not the right way to go. Nor here. Not damaged any of that. It's almost the right thing to do, but it's not quite. Because a half panel there is not going to work here, so... Oh, I also need to put some blocks here, so I think we need to carry on with that shape. Let's just try and give ourselves at least some room to get in and out of the elevator here. See, I'm actually kind of letting function dictate the initial shape of the ship. You know, while we're at that point where there's not really a lot of choice, we've just got to have these things. Yeah, at this point I am going to let function dictate what we actually have and don't have. And then we can build around that and let this function sort of add the originality that we're going to have in the ship. Okay, first thing is I need my parts for lights, and then I need more of these. I might end up putting some of those half blocks back in, I'm not sure yet. This is half the problem with clearances and tolerances when it comes to doing small grid onto large grid via subgrids and moving stuff. You have to leave enough clearance while still providing enough sort of usable space to operate in. What do we put across there? Let's see. I mean, we've got plenty of room here, so that's fine. I'm not going to put... do I put catwalks in? So I can have the railings sort of protecting us from going too far elsewhere on the ship. At this point here, this is towards the back. So maybe we do want to be able to carry on that way. Maybe we even want to carry on that way at some point. I'm not sure. I think this could be like corridor space. I don't think it should go out in too many directions because it just makes navigation of absolute bleeding nightmare. So perhaps no. Oh, do you know what I need? I know what we need. I know exactly what we need. Use these corridors. Do we have the round ones here? Are they on this particular run? No, they're not. Right, so G passage. Where's the round ones? The passenger bench. Oh, they're corridors. They're called corridors. Is there one with all the bits on it? There's a corridor round door. I'd love to have that on somewhere. Right, Jesus, I don't think they've put a blocking with all of them on. Let's see. Logistics. That's all our pipey stuff and the armory and things. Structure has all the corridor stuff in it. But no single block to deal with it. Okay, right, we're going to have to make a bar just for the corridor stuff. I want them all on, so we're literally going to do this. Unfortunately, this means anybody following along, you're going to have to either substitute for normal corridor blocks or you're going to need the fieldwork update. That's just no other way around it. Floor packet. Oh, there's these blocks. These are cool. Right, I'm going to put that on there as well because that's funky. Pipes. Decorative pipes. We're definitely going to be trying them out. And we've got like pipe. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to put pipes on a different bar. 6. So we've got all the different pipe types. Don't think that includes the pipe works corridor blocks. I think it includes nearly everything else. Right. Ooh, some new blast door corners. Right, I think. Maybe not. Now, these aren't functional, so save those for in a bit. Now, let's have a look. See what we can do with these. I think I like that. But it's not quite what I want at this point. Because it can't go where I need it to go. So we're going to need something like one of these maybe. That way. So we can go forward and back and not anywhere else. I need interior plate. Of course I need interior plate. Right the way back down again. Ooh, still quite jittery. Yeah, it's just a thing. We have to deal with it. Okay. Right. I guess we have to put some of this back, and we need to get the stuff I need for corridor stuff, so I suppose we go with those ones, maybe. I've got a bent wall. Got some damaged wall blocks here. It must be the drill. Oh, it's getting light. That's good. I'll be able to turn my light off soon. Energy. I need energy, actually. Lots of back and forth. Not getting a lot done yet. We need to get more done. That's good that actually charges you up pretty quick. We'll eventually put a med bay on here. So we'll have the facilities to do that. Up's nice and smooth-ish. Just down that's not so great. So it's good for new visitors, I suppose. And you don't care when you kick them off the ship. Right. Okay, so let's see what we can put in here. We're We've got our light corridors. Oh, that's perfect. If we don't want to go any further forward from here and we want to go in from maybe the sides, that's kind of ideal. Yeah, let's do that. If I go around again, that's not going to help. So we're going to go to the next block. Maybe let's see what 3 is. That's... Oh, that is 3. Okay, 2. Straight with a light. That's ideal. Let's do the same on the other side. We haven't got symmetry mode, unfortunately, so 2, 3, yep, that's it. One of them. Then a number 2 with a light. And then we need a number 3 again. Ta-da. Yeah, okay. We're going to figure out how to cap these off and everything shortly. They use a lot of resources. Right, 1, 2, 3, 1. Should be 4 things in there. I've got lots of things in there, okay. Fine, whatever. Back down. Could do with getting some cargo access on the ship as well. Yeah, coming down's a little bit more twitchy than going up. At least it's not clanging into the ground anymore. Yeah, it needs a lot of materials, this. It's going to be up and down a lot. So, yeah, this building method is a bit different to my usual. My usual would focus on all the functions and the spine of the ship. Before getting too deep into like dealing with stuff like the interior and stuff. However, because we're building from the inside without any kind of a jetpack to sort of fly around and get an overview of the ship and sort of do the far reaches first, we have to sort of start from the middle and work our way out. It's a unique challenge. I quite enjoy it. It's a bit different. Lovely. Already, these use a lot of materials. It's unbelievable. Okay. Yeah, so this looks like this ship's going to get heavy. I'm just going to jump out. All right. Right, unfortunately this elevator will crush somebody underneath it, unlike the connector, because we can't set it to be friendly to humans. Okay, so we got our round corridors. I like them. Round corridors are cool. Right, that sets the whole tone for the rest of the ship. I would have loved to have had a round door on there, but I don't think we'd do one in small grid. We could do with a door on the end of here. Just something to sort of enclose this area off. And we could do with some sort of a wall here. The elevator really shouldn't be visible from everywhere except for where you need it. Ideally. And ideally you wouldn't really be able to sort of do that. So we're going to have to figure out how to sort that out shortly. It's going to be scary enough that there's a big gap there. I'm hoping I can fill it with something a little bit. Right, so to put a door on here, let's see what doors we have available to us that could fit. Maybe an offset door. That would probably go in quite well, actually. It's a funny shape, though. For this round thing. It's a bit unusual. Do we even have a round door? We do, but it's like this friggin' huge thing. Try and get it to show in this space here. Where's the door? Oh, there it is. So it's like absolutely massive. We can't really put that on there because it's going to seriously intersect. I mean, we would have to have the corridor come way out further, just so we can get the round doors on, which is not a bad idea actually. If we brought the corridor out to the side a little bit and brought it back round, so you'd have to kind of go round a bit more. Then we can have a door on here properly. Could work, but likewise, we're going from a square door. We need to lower that a little bit. I think I need to change the minimum distance on this. Just a bit more. Right, let's... Velocity's that. Let's reverse it for a second. We'll set the minimum distance to 0.5 meter. Reverse it back again and see if it comes into line in the right place now. That's much. It's not quite enough. So we need to go minimum distance slightly less than 0.4. Still not quite enough. Yeah, it's about as close as we get. Right, so we're going for a square door. If we went into a round door from here, it might be a bit weird. And it would be too far away. No, we're gonna go square door here. So we're gonna get that out of the way. Hopefully with that it gets out of the way enough so I can actually place the door. Oh, we could use a lab door. Oh no, we can't with these round blocks. It's too offset. Aha. That's frustrating. Come on. Narrow door half, no. Corridor round door. No. Where's our offset? There it is. And I can't place it. Oh, I know, it's because I need steel plate. I got rid of all my steel plate. Oh, for God's sake. Reverse. Oh, I can't reverse because I have to set velocity. Okay. Velocity. Offset door. 1, 2. Right. We'll get somewhere. We'll definitely get somewhere with this. I at least want to complete the elevator area. Right. Let's see if I can get the offset door in here now. Oh, it will go in there like that. Okay, I don't need to move the thing out of the way. Cool. What I kind of do need to do now... I've sort of left myself with no means to get around this thing, so I think we're going to have to temporarily... Oh, I'm out of steel plate. If I jump down there, it's going to hurt. Nah. Let's reverse you, and we will... Oh. Well, okay. That didn't work. Never mind. Right, okay. We're only moderately injured. I think we're fine with that. Let's go up now. Let's see what this experience is like now. Now I'm probably going to want these doors to open themselves automatically. Yeah, that's pretty smooth. And it stops you from wandering out the way where I don't want you to go. So it's good. It's important to make sure that people go the way you want them to be able to go. Otherwise the experience of like the ship itself kind of breaks very easily if people can wander out of sort of bounds. Right, I need these doors to open with these doors, and I need these to all be controlled by that piston's position. So let's put an event controller in somewhere, which I probably don't have the materials for right now. But we should put it somewhere reasonably close to what we're using it for. Maybe on the back of there, actually. We can use a mini event controller. So let's put it somewhere I can sort of reach at least. Yeah, we go there quite neatly. I can build out the back of this a little bit. It's just to make it a little less goofy. Need computer parts. This elevator is going to get a bit old. And so we are going to need to put some sort of cargo access on the actual ship at some point soon, as well as recharge facilities. So I am getting a bit low on energy. I mean, even a chair in here might be useful. Right. Okay, so that hopefully... Oh, we might need a second one. One for when it opens, one for when it closes. Let's deal with when we're at the top here. Okay, so I'm going to go... Nope. How do you access this thing? Not from there, for like whatever reason. We'll do it from inside the elevator. We're going to close these doors. Okay, I could sensor control the doors, but let's do it by piston length. So, event. I need a little event controller. That's that one, because it's the one that's attached to this grid. So we're going to call this Big Ship Elevator Doors Event. I still have the word event in because it's a word I tend to search. Right, piston position percentage. So, okay, piston position percentage. We're probably currently at, I don't know. So let's get the correct piston on here first. Big ship elevator piston. Add. Thresholds. Event. Input. It doesn't say what position we're currently at. So, we're nearly at 0. I'm going to say when we get to about 5% extended, less than or equal to 5%-ish. Let's actually put 5 in there. Okay, so when it's less than or equal to 5%, so when it crosses the threshold coming up, it won't work right now, or it won't work going down. It'll only work when we actually get up. For now, we're going to say that select actions. So when it's true, I need to group the doors. I need to name these doors first. So, okay, doors, big ship, elevator, door. We're just going to use that name for all of them. Okay. That's one. This one is another. This one is another. This is another. Okay, and now we're going to go big ship. Door, door, door. Door. Big ship. Elevator doors. Okay, so that's a group for doors. So now I just done it from where I was. Okay, event. See why we'll put event on there? Actions. Groups. Door. Big ship elevated doors. So when we are less than, doors are going to be open. Otherwise, they're going to be closed. Okay. And then what I need to do is I need another event on here. Which we're going to have to go down for in a minute, but let's come down. Well, the door's shut. I need it when it's... I need the sensor to actually open the doors, I think. So, at the bottom, automation sensor, this is going to have to get a name. Big ship. Elevator sensor. Actions. We don't have anything in there for when it actually senses. Actually, no, it's when it senses. So, in bar 2, big ship elevated doors, when it senses, we're going to open the doors again. When it's no longer sensing, we're going to close the doors. Right, let's go up. These doors should open when we get to the top. If I put the rule on the other side. Yep, good. It's maybe a little close, but fine. We're going to come back down. Unfortunately, all the doors are going to open, so we're going to have to regroup these for this bit. Okay, so we're going to have to regroup these doors. So, door, big ship, elevated door, big ship, elevator, car, doors. I don't know if it's, I don't know what you call a elevated thing. I'm going to call it a car. It's fine. So we're just going to change this rule for when we are here. So when we get detected, we only want to open... Well, we can remove that. When it's detected, big ship, elevator, car, doors, open. When it's no longer detected, we only want to close these. Right. That solves that. I need some energy, so we'll test it in a minute. So one event controller and a sensor, which we're already using the sensor. The event controller is the only thing that's new to do this. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to turn my lights off now. Save some energy. Could probably also turn my antenna off for the time being. Okay, that's good. They shut. The doors at the top are currently open, but that's just because they were already open. So we're going to come back down. Those doors all should shut. They did. When we get to the bottom, only these should open. Which means, yep, they're shut, so people can't accidentally walk into a hole. Lovely. Come back up. Perfect. And by the time they're starting to open, we're already kind of nearly lined up, so it's not doing any harm. That's all right. I'm happy with that. Right, can we place some plates on that surface there? Don't think we can. I don't think we need to. Right. Good enough. That's a strong engineering principle, that. Good enough. We need to block this off. I don't want to see this. I kind of actually also need to maybe protect that. It's from the ground. it is pretty visible. So we're just gonna kind of panel this up a little bit so it looks like a functional part of the whole thing. Yeah. Might keep that there because you can't really do anything with it on the outside. It kind of just looks sort of useful. Are there any... I wonder if there's any kind of pipey parts I can add to this on small grid. No, unfortunately not. Okay, we'll leave that there for now. We might make it prettier later. I do need to cover over this bit though, so we're probably going to go with half blocks. I could have used something smaller than a half block, but to be honest, this works just fine. Oh, I can't place that because of that. Oh, and that's got to get through as well. Oh, I need room for that. That's not great, is it? That's going to come pretty damn close to this wall here. Let's extend the piston and watch it. Shoosh, that's like basically touching it. Okay. As close as we dare go. That means, unfortunately, we have to lose our lights. I think that might be a bit silly. So we're just going to put some light armor panels across here instead, because they will be airtight. And we'll put some light panels elsewhere to give it some light. We can make this airtight once all this is closed up. Eventually. Oh, what I could do is I could glass up around all this. So I think all of this is probably going to go at some point. I did say this is going to be temporary. So maybe we make that glass up to the top so that we can get over this and not have to worry too much about this hole. This bit's taken care of, apart from when this is up. So here... Oh, we can't put a door on there because we've just done that. Okay. I think... You see, this is an evolving process, obviously. I think that needs to do that. So you have a little winding passageway to start with. Then you come out into this room. Doesn't matter which side you go through, you come out the same place. Yeah. We'll do that. Still solves the airtight problem. And it means here we can airlock it. Right, we need the parts for those 2 blocks, which are probably going to take most of my inventory. Well, I'm glad our elevator works. Ah. That was weird. At least you can open it manually. Oh, no, I don't want to jump. Put things back. Take things. Oh my god, it's not enough for even 2. Wow. Strange. It works at the top, that's for certain. So the event controller thing works. We might have to go second event controller potentially. We may literally have to go second event controller to deal with the other end. Let's see if it was just a one-off little jittery thing. It does stop as soon as it happens, so... it seems fine. I think it's just jittery because it literally stops the second, you know, the absolute instant that it comes into field range. If it jitters a bit and falls out of field range, it could potentially shut the doors again. Let's always have some plates. It's just good practice. Right, we'll keep an eye on that problem and see if it becomes a constant issue. If it's frequent, we'll have to fix it. If it's incredibly rare, screw it. Right. Okay, starting to take shape a little bit better now. So we have our means to get to the elevator. Can't get to the front of the ship from here, but I don't want you to be able... No, back of the ship, sorry. I don't want you to be able to. I want to be able to go through here to get to side parts, and then that can lead to the front and like stairs and stuff. The back, sorry. And here leads to the front of the ship with a bridge and everything. So this is like hangars, engineering, whatever, other decks. This is forward, so probably whatever stuff we have at the front of the ship, maybe like power and batteries and things, and the bridge. Hangar. Maybe front hangar and bridge. Out to all the power generation, thrust, engineering stuff. This is just for getting in and out of the ship. This whole bit. We need a door on here, both sides. This is an opportunity for us to maybe get a little bit more creative with the door choice, potentially. I don't think we need another one of them. That just maybe looks silly. I mean, if I put that on there, going out to a square door, yeah, it might be a bit odd. Problem is, our only round door that I can tell we've got is a 2-block piece. But we could put it that way around and sink it into the floor. I think that's the way to go. It's a trick I sort of taught myself when I was doing the Prime Meridian, using these, you know, double sliding door things. You know, the no, don't want to do that. These ones. These are cool doors, and they need somewhere to slide into, so they slide into the side like that's blanked off. But if you place them into the ground, they kind of work really cool. So these, they'll slide down into the ground when they open. Although, no, they're not made to work that way. That's a problem. Oh, they've really done us a dirty there. They've got this ground bit, which has to be down. That's upset me a little bit. Okay. I guess we have to pull these bits off. Do you know what? This is going to be slightly problematic, isn't it? I don't think they've thought this through very well. Let's get back to the round door. The only round door that I can see. Unless we've got another one. Round corridor door. To get the round bit down, you have to be that way around. Or have the door on the opposite side. So, if I put that in there, it's going to blank off that whole section in the middle there. And then if I put this one in there, it's going to do the same. So it's going to take up a lot of space to have a couple of doors in. Might not be the end of the world. let's just check, make sure we don't have any other kind of door that's round. We really don't. We have one. It's not even, there's not even a reverse version of it. Keen, we need a reverse version of the round door so we can put it like the other way up. For now, you see, the only other choice I've got really is to do like that. Have one like that, for example, and one kind of in like the opposite way around, if you know what I mean. Like, no, like that with, let's just take the side bit out. So I can demonstrate, yeah, like that. So if I wanted to carry on that sort of shape like that, I'd have to have one so it's inset and one so it's not. It's just a bit uneven and a bit weird. That's the knot. I'm happy with that. That's the inset. It's all wrong. We're just gonna have to take up the extra space, I think. I'm just pressing mashing buttons here. We're gonna have to do it like that. And I'm gonna have to put a solid block in here just to make it look okay. So all of a sudden we've lost loads of space so we can have a winding passage to an elevator. I'm not mega bothered about it. It kind of makes the ship look a bit cooler because, like, you know, winding passage, elevator, wiggly passage, you know, it's cool. And it sort of allows us more room to get away from where the pistons and things are. It does kind of make that bit bleh. But kind of we could probably get rid of that pillar now that we've got all this. Maybe sort of pillar it out into some other area or structurally hold it some other way. Eventually I think that's the way we're going to go. We might not need this long term. Right, 2 doors, lots of parts to get and bring up. I think these round tunnely doors are supposed to be for like underground base type things. They're probably not meant to be used in a ship. They do use an awful lot of parts. I'm not 100% certain that they're wise for use in a ship, but we can go overkill with the thrust and we'll be able to lift it. It's fine. If we have enough thrusters, we could lift our entire base if we wanted to, if we could get it off the ground. Like, literally as in, we could get it out of the ground. Here we go. There. Okay, so... Oh, it would have been cool if it rolled, I suppose. But yeah, that'll allow us to get into an airlocked area. I'm eventually going to have a script on that closes all the doors after you. I think that'll be fine. It'd even work kind of okay for this. We could probably exclude these doors from it. So these doors, they won't close. So doing this will probably cause a depressurization event. Unless we have these doors close when we get to over here. Maybe we need a sensor somewhere around here to close these doors behind us. Or we do include them in the whole sort of close the doors behind you thing. Turn that into these two into an airlock. Not sure. We'll figure that out at some point. Right, so yeah. We've got our passageways, we've got our elevator doors working. Calls. Okay, so that's not a bad little bit of progress though. We've got a couple of passageways going up to our elevators, which sort of tidies that up a little bit, and we've got a bit of extra functionality built in around the doors now. Couple of little things that, you know, were bugbears, you know, obviously like the orientations of this particular block makes it a little bit difficult. Again, no, I'm thinking they're deciding to make this for sort of underground secret basey type things rather than for ships, but you know, they look cool. I mean, they've got these little like numbers etched into them, a lot of detail there. Looks cool in a ship. So yeah, right, so next time, what do we really need to start thinking about doing here? Honestly, I think the next thing we need to start doing is branching out. So we've got this bit done. I think I probably want to make that look a little bit more sturdy on the top there, so we'll figure something out for that. But I need to start being able to expand these out. We have to figure out what to do with this bit because it's a thin sort of area there. There's not really an obvious place to carry on out, so we might need to make a little bit of a tweak to that whole design or go up a step potentially. We could also start thinking about expanding out the front here. We've got a lot of stuff to add here. We need to put batteries in, we need to sort of build in hangars, we need to add, you know, figure out where the bridge is going to go. All this will come in time. We need to have the whole engineering section at the back, which obviously I didn't want access to immediately from that elevator. Engineering is somewhere you don't want guests going to, so they'll come in via some way from the sides potentially. So yeah, there's a lot still to come on this build. We are also going to be picking up Space Engineers 2, but we're waiting for Keen to release some new functional blocks. I mean, ideally I want at the very least to have conveyor blocks. Even if they don't work, I just want conveyor blocks so I can continue my build, and anything else. So when we get a new update from our Space Engineers 2 friends, we'll start doing a few more episodes to show off what's new and integrate it into our ship build. But for now, you'll see me next week doing this. Have a fantastic weekend, have a fantastic week, and we will catch you next time. Bye for now.